Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 12 of the LOWBAT podcast. It's time for another crew episode as Lizzie and Duncan join Casey and I for a conversation that ends up getting really deep. We discuss dreams, teleportation, spirits, a lot of things that ended up making our brains hurt. Let's see if you can follow along with our thoughts, and feel free to reach out on our socials to let us know your opinions and experiences on what we chatted about. If you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and check out the rest of our episodes. Let's get deep inside the minds of the LOWBAT members on this 4th edition of our crew episodes.
You are now listening to the LOWBAT podcast,
a weekly show highlighting members of our local creative community and featuring topical conversations with members of the LOWBAT production team. We're your hosts, Casey House
and Fabian Castaneda. Through our own experiences as musicians, visual artists, and business owners, we saw an opportunity to provide a platform for people just like us to deep dive into what it's like to pursue a lifestyle outside of the norm.
Without further ado, welcome to the LOWBAT podcast.
Stop breaking eye contact with me.
I'm staring at you through the camera.
Uh-huh. Well, no, look at me.
Look at him.
I don't want to look at you. Don't look at me.
Very rude of you.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Shalom.
Welcome to the LOWBAT podcast. We definitely didn't just record one
About like
15 minutes ago. This is a brand new day.
Yep.
It's gonna be a great day.
It's been exactly 24 hours.
Sure.
Sure,
We have
yeah,
another
we'll
crew
go with that.
episode.
Yeah.
Hi, we have Duncan here. Hi, Duncan.
Hi.
Oh my God, you peeked. And then we
There's
have
so much room in that.
and then we have Lizzie.
Hello, hello.
Is this late night Lizzie or is this
No,
No, this
late
is
night
normal
Lizzies.
Lizzie. This is Lizzie with short hair and an amazing vintage leopard shirt.
Okay.
We
Where'd you get
expect
the
nothing-
from a
nothing
thrift store, I
less.
assume?
The story, yeah.
Is late night Lizzie dead? Or
We said goodbye to her.
We buried her.
Yes. She is long gone. This is just normal, funny Lizzie.
I had a great time.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
And you also almost died.
I did?
Yeah.
What'd I do?
Just from laughing so much.
Was that
Yeah,
it?
you almost ran out of
You have a
breath.
hearty
Oh, I
laugh.
forgot about that.
You were as red as the podcast on this TV.
I couldn't.
Right here.
That's
not even
that's,
red.
That's pink
Exactly. That's how bad it
or
was.
purple.
Magenta.
And you're welcome because laughing actually helps your health. It's like a
And
form
boy,
of
do I
exercise.
need it.
Yeah.
Thank you for
So
calling me
you're welcome,
fat.
Casey.
I appreciate it.
Oh, you're
Looks like
welcome.
late night Lizzie is here.
You're just big.
Nah,
mouth.
this is just
Immediately
sassy Lizzie.
just coming at my health.
No, I'm just saying I helped everybody
fine. You said what
else
you said.
out. No, I didn't
No,
say
fine.
you're
Builds up the
inferring
core
it.
muscles.
Oh,
Sorry.
just another
Yeah.
man assuming what a woman would say. Huh? Huh? Oh,
I can't.
that's very
I can't
American
argue
of
that.
you.
I can't argue that.
Hey, Casey's the mansplainer. over
Yeah,
here.
right. Here we go. Now, is it my Lizzie comes on the podcast and instead of being canceled, cancels me? Is that what's happening?
I mean, it worked, didn't it?
Anyways, I realized on the episode we recorded 48 days ago that we didn't talk about our updated vaccine situations, which I think is interesting. Obviously, anybody who doesn't want to talk about it, don't talk about it. But
No,
I
no.
am curious about where everybody is and everybody's experience.
Who would you like to start?
Duncan would be a very interesting one, actually.
Oh, please, Duncan, tell us about your experience of receiving your COVID-19 vaccine.
All right. So I got the Janssen,
Get the Janssen?
which
Yeah, double J's.
it threw me off because I was like, all right, I'm getting the Johnson & Johnson. I walk in and it's like, this is where we administered the Janssen. I'm just like, that's not what I signed up for.
Do they actually say?
Yeah, it
it's
says
also
Janssen. Yeah, it completely threw me off. And I actually asked someone, I was like, it says Janssen. And he's like, yeah, that's the Johnson & Johnson. I'm like, oh, why?
Did they give you an answer?
This is a different name.
No, they did not give me an answer. I'm upset about it. But I went in. Well, are we starting from the beginning or are we just like after the shot?
Tell me everything.
All right.
I mean, if there's anything to
everything.
talk
All the
about with getting the
deets.
shot, go for it.
It was Sears in Chesapeake.
Really?
wow.
Yeah.
Which aisle?
It was completely, no, it was empty because I think Sears
Sears
went out
don't
of,
even exist
Aisle
Oh, yeah, it
anymore.
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it went out
No.
of business. So it was like it had the escalator in the middle, and it was like the entire like floor. It was just, but it was just
was it weird seeing all the way across the whole?
Yes.
Like it's just like a giant open room.
it was an entire open room, and then it was just an escalator in the middle. It was
That's kinda
really
creepy.
weird,
That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Kind of creepy.
but
yeah.
it was cool. It had like 500 people in there probably. It was actually kind of weird, but it was like there's 2 lines. There was one to get the form, which was long, and then there was a shorter one to fill out the form, which was a little bit shorter. And then it was just like half the building was just like tables set up with people with the shot.
Oh, it actually says Janssen. It
Yeah.
looks like
Janssen.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Interesting.
I'm actually curious. After you guys got the shot, did they have you sit down for like 15
Yes.
minutes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure that it wasn't just a Janssen and Janssen thing. But
I'm surprised they didn't just kick you out afterwards. It sounds like they were going to do.
Said,
they
best
had
of
enough
luck.
space
Yeah.
apparently. It was like half tables, a third chairs for people to sit in, and then the rest was just line. It was like the entire floor of that Sears. It was really weird. But got home, immediately caught out sick, because that's what you do when you get the vaccine. And then 3 hours later, just started shaking.
3 hours? That's
Yeah.
not long.
Yeah, it was pretty
Immediate.
I shook Polly for like 2 or 3 hours, probably. I remember going up the stairs. I had a glass of orange juice, and I was just shaking, and it was like coming over the top. I was just like, I'm not.
So what were
cleaning
you
that up.
feeling while you were shaking? Just like, just bad or?
No, it was weird. I just shook. Like I couldn't say that I felt bad. It was just I was shaking. Yeah, I guess I don't know if that's considered the chills. I don't, but
I mean, when I have chills, I shake. So like, but it's not as consistent, I guess.
yeah, it didn't have
like a
anything
shiver?
else.
Like, were you shivering or were you just
No,
shaking?
it was just like
trembling.
straight shaking.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like a tremor or anything. It was just weird shaking. But that orange juice was amazing. It was very
Good.
Orange.
I'm
Yes.
glad.
The orange.
Yeah, that's
Orange.
an interesting
The
way of
orange.
pronouncing it.
The orange juice.
Orange
was
juice.
amazing. But it stopped shaking after like
Orangutan juice. Ethan got an email.
Hey, Ethan, can you check that email, please?
I'm leaving that in the mix. Just letting you know.
So after like 3 hours, it just stops. I was like sitting there gaming the whole time because like that's what you do when you're sick. And it just stopped shaking after 3 hours. And it's like as soon as I stopped shaking, I immediately was like, "Yep, this is a fever." So it went from like a normal fever to me waking up in the middle of the night with a 103.2 fever.
Ooh,
And
you
then-
hot.
And then I like, thank you, Danny, for the.
Was that Daenerys?
Yeah, that was.
Where is she?
She like really yelled.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dude, this is so off the rails.
Yeah, this is chaotic. But I woke up probably like 4 times, and every time I woke up, it was 103 ish. And then I woke up like normally at like 10, checked it, it was like 100. I was like, all right, it's going down.
Hey, if you have a fever, it's working, right?
You might survive.
That how it works.
Yeah, I might survive. I might have brain damage, but nothing's new. So,
Yeah.
so I think at some point it went back up to 103. I was like, oh God, this is how I die.
This is it.
You need more
went-
orange juice stat.
Yep. It went down, and now we're back up. But if you haven't gotten your vaccine yet, what is it, Tylenol? I think it's Tylenol, right? That they tell you to take?
I just took
Tylenol or
ibuprofen.
Advil or one of those.
That,
or really just cocaine. Whatever like gets rid of the
Whatever
mood.
gets you going, yeah.
Cocaine is very important for every lifestyle. There's a specific one that they tell you not to take, and I can't remember what it is. I think it's actually Advil.
Oh.
I don't know which
I
one
hope it
is.
wasn't just basic ibuprofen because that's what I took. I took a lot.
I think ibuprofen is good. I can't remember which one they tell
I
you.
googled
but
it and Google said it was fine.
Yes, Google whichever one's right and take it. Because if you do develop a fever, it is amazing. Because it actually does help with fever and pain and like the softball arm pain thing. But I ended up staying in bed 18 hours. I
Wow.
think. God. Yeah, completely fucked my sleep schedule.
I
And then
bet.
I called in that Monday too because I couldn't sleep.
Because you got
the
on a
night
Friday
before.
because it was a recording day.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, so
thing lingered.
that was a good time. But there's a different mindset when you get a vaccine because it's like I volunteered to be sick.
Yeah.
It is different than when you just get sick. You're like,
It's interesting,
"God damn,
like
I'm
you're going
sick."
somewhere and you're just like, this thing is probably going to make me sick.
Yeah,
It's an interesting like decision.
yeah. So like
But
when I
pros
was,
and cons, man. Pros and cons.
Oh yeah, the pros outweigh it like crazy.
yeah, but like the entire time I was shaking, I was like, I volunteered for this. This is fine. I can't drink my orange juice like a normal human being, but orange juice.
It's just
But-
shaking up a little bit. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure there's no pulp.
A little
And some
bubbly.
aeration.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my vaccine story. Your turn.
Oh, am I going next?
I don't know.
He chose you. He
Yep.
popcorned you.
Yeah, popcorn.
So for me, I just got mine 2 days ago.
Your first or second?
My second dose.
Okay.
And I
Which one did you get?
Moderna. my arm hurt. And I got home and I was just like, I just felt super fatigued. So I was like, I'm gonna just take the rest of the day off. I like just overall just kind of didn't feel great. But it wasn't. It wasn't like a headache. I was just like, I don't feel good. So I was like, I'm just gonna rest today. Rested, and then went to bed like normal. I woke up in the middle of the night at like 3:34 in the morning, drenched in sweat, and my whole body hurt and my head was killing me, and I was super thirsty. And so I Googled if I could take ibuprofen. Said I could, and took a fuck ton of ibuprofen, drank a bunch of water, and then just like laid back down and eventually fell back to sleep. When I woke up the next day, I felt generally fine, just kind of had a headache. So I was like, cool, I'm just going to work and go for normal. And then like halfway through the day, I started feeling awful again. And so like I took a shower, took ibuprofen again, and tried to relax, but I just worked through the day. And then I felt better after I ate. I think at like Wendy's or something, and Wendy's
Fixed it,
cured
made it
me.
all better.
Always makes it better.
Yeah, Wendy's definitely helped. So all in all, wasn't that bad. My arm still kind of hurts, but it only hurts in specific positions now. Like if I try to like
Lift
lift
it way over
my
your
arm
head.
or I sleep on my side most of the time. I think at least I lay on my side before I fall asleep. So I can't like lay on my left side really until like because I put it under my pillow, that whole thing. So, but yeah, I mean, all in all, obviously worth it. Definitely get
You got your
vaccinated.
microchip activated?
Yes. Within 14 days, Bill Gates will control me.
There you go.
And
Heck yes.
I
That is the
welcome that.
Please, Bill.
Please
control
Yes.
us.
end this existence and start me a new one.
Everybody's
Lizzie,
gonna want a Zune.
popcorn.
Yes. Okay. Well, I got my second vaccine of Pfizer yesterday at the convention center, and it wasn't that bad. They are extremely fast. It is so streamlined there. I was
Yeah, it is.
so impressed.
Very impressive.
But I will say the best part of the entire process, I was walking in front of the convention center and I was looking in the pond and there were these humongous tadpoles. And I saw one of the frogs and I wanted to just hop in that pond and catch all of the frogs. But I was like,
The
no,
lily
Lizzie.
pads are crazy.
They are. They're so
huge.
big. It reminds me of like Frogger almost, but like you just hop on the lily pads. But I was like, Lizzie, you gotta do it for the greater good. And then I got
I'm
the
here for something else.
Yes, not
I'll be
frogs
back,
this time.
tadpole.
Yes,
Yeah, they might be frogs by the time you come back.
exactly. But then I got the vaccine. I went back to work and I worked the entire day. I took a nap later on, woke up. I started feeling a little funny. Like after the shot, my arm hurts, but nothing too bad. But after I woke up from my nap, I was like, what's going on here? So because I felt a little tingly and warm. And so I decided I'm just going to go to bed. And I had a terrible time going to bed because it felt like I had a fever and I just felt tingly and I just did not want to get up. But then I took some Tylenol and like my favorite part, it's not enjoyable at the time, but the fever dreams, like all of the weird stuff that happens. I don't think I had like that many, but I woke up and I actually felt fine. So the worst part of it was just trying to get to sleep.
Yeah.
And lifting my arm. I was so surprised at how hard it was to lift my arm. But now,
hurts.
yeah, it does, right? But I'm able to do it now, and I'm excited that I'm vaccinated.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We're free.
Who are you popcorning?
Fabian.
Solid choice.
It was the only
May have been the
person
only
left.
choice, but solid
I mean,
choice.
there was another choice.
But that wasn't the choice. So.
God doesned need to
Exactly.
be vaccinated.
Yeah, he's one that caused all
God
this.
is COVID and the vaccine.
So, I had got my second shot about a week ago of Moderna, and I came prepared because my first shot, I felt really bad the next day. I felt like I had gotten every symptom in the book at one point or another. And it wasn't until I had taken an Advil about 5 o'clock that next day that I started feeling better. So I requested off of work the following day for my second shot because I knew what was going to happen. And, people said it was worse your second shot.
And I feel like bosses like actually understand this
Yes,
this time.
Yes, it's pretty cool. So yeah, I came prepared. I knew it was like it's going to be exactly the same or worse. So I'm just going to have the day off. I'm going to rest. The day of the shot, it was
very much similar where I got fatigued and got tired around 8 o'clock. So I was like, all right, let's make an early night of it. My dad decided to slap me on the shoulder unintentionally the day of getting the shot. He said, "Hey, son, how are you?"
Oh my god!
Wow.
And I was like,
When they slap your sunburn.
basically. That actually happened after my first shot. Lizzie here slapped me on the shoulder.
Oh yeah,
Welcome.
Yeah, so
man.
I
Why
very bad
are
luck.
your shoulders so slappable?
I mean, all the muscles, man. Just wanna.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So the
Pure sex
yeah.
appeal.
Next day, I took work off of my day job so I can just relax, chill. I slept till like 2 p.m. I said I took Tylenol the night before. I took Tylenol in the morning. I woke up in the morning, and then went right straight back to bed and took it again. Like when I woke up from the actual sleep. But I was like, man, if I'm sleeping, I won't feel like crap. And that was
Exactly.
pretty much the way it was. I mean, I did have some weird dreams because when you're sick, you have some weird dreams.
I don't have that.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I think for every fever I've had, I don't remember having fever dreams.
No, I definitely if I take foreign medicine, whether it be like a new painkiller or like something like a vaccine, I always have weird dreams. But yeah, I just chilled the day, played some video games, went to my short night job for 3 hours, and was like, oh, my arm kind of hurts, but I can get through that. So I just took it easy, and it actually paid off.
That's great. And now you're fully vaccinated.
fully vaccinated
And
for
you have
1
your little
week.
card.
Yes, my card's filled out. Everyone's here's card is filled out, and
We just can't lose them.
yes, now per CDC guidelines, we can vaccinated peoples can hang out without a mask in small settings.
Is it
Woo.
small?
Yeah,
Oh.
nice. Ethan, how about you?
I was gonna let that go as long as it could go. Just gonna let the silence exist
Dead air.
I have the most boring vaccine story.
Tell us about it.
in grueling detail.
I
I don't know
got
every step you took.
one. Yeah, there we go. I got the Pfizer vaccine. I think I was the first.
Fancy.
I think I was one of the first people that I know that got vaccinated.
No, just rub it in.
I think Amanda was before you, right?
Yeah, Amanda got me beat because she works for City of Newport News, so she got that city advance. Yep, I went to the convention center both times. It was like really quick, and I'm one of the
Did
few
you see the
people.
frogs?
I did not see the frogs.
Ethan.
My peripheral vision doesn't work. I can only focus on the thing that I'm staring at. So,
Yeah, your peripheral ear vision also doesn't work.
oh yeah, I have tunnel everything, tunnel ears, tunnel eyes.
Hyper focused.
Yeah, I got the Pfizer vaccine. Both shots are pretty boring. I got poked. My arm was like, I got poked, and that was it. I didn't get any other side effects or like fevers or crazy dreams or.
Lucky ass.
I didn't almost die. I didn't get 103 fever. I just
What do you dream about?
Whoa. Like consciously or like when I'm asleep?
Asleep.
I
What are
don't-
your dreams like?
I don't know. I feel like I don't have dreams most of the time.
I can never remember mine.
Yeah, I
It's
always
very
know I did
difficult.
it.
Yeah,
and I can never tell if it's like deja vu when I remember a dream or if it's like
An actual memory of
you
your
know
dream.
because
Casey, what are you doing?
because it's like I feel like I remember my dreams when I dream, but then it's like 3 p.m. and then I'm like, oh yeah, I had a dream last night, and I'm like, but did I actually remember it from before? Or did I just remember it now?
It's kind of like you have to make a conscious effort to remember because, like, later on in the day, you'll absolutely have your mind wiped. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Daenerys.
Daenerys.
Hi, Daenerys. Oh, she's so scared.
Daenerys, did you get vaccinated?
She's never been on the podcast before.
She's a little scared.
You have anything to say? Okay.
It's okay.
That was great.
You don't have to. Oh my god.
She said, "Mic drop." But yeah, that's Daenerys steals the show there because my vaccine story is very boring.
I didn't mean to steal from your.
Oh, you're fine. Please do. It's a very boring story.
I'm very curious as everyone else's dreams experiences. Like, can you? First question is, how well do you remember them? And second question is, have you had any lucid dreams?
I had a very what I thought momentarily was my real life. I thought was a dream for a bit. So I have an alarm set for noon every day to do something for work. I have to gather everybody's data for the day and do what's called a midday pulse check, just seeing where everybody is and like submit it and everything. So I was gathering that information, or no. I was sitting there doing my job, whatever. I looked at my clock on like my screen for my work laptop, and it said it was like 12:24 or something, and I was like, weird. My alarm didn't go off. Okay, got got the data together, submitted it, and then I was like, I'm going to go downstairs and grab some food. Went downstairs. While I was downstairs, my alarm went off. I looked at my phone, and it said it was 12. And I went,
Inception.
and I stood there for 2 minutes pondering my existence completely. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what I was. I was just like, these things don't add up. I know what I saw. To the point where I texted Ethan, and I said, what time does your phone say? And then he sent me a screenshot, and it was the same time of my phone. And I was like, I guess my work computer was off, but that doesn't really make sense because it's synced through Windows. So I don't know why that would, like, what happened. Like, if that is off, what is happening?
Pretty picture.
If that is off, I feel like everybody's Windows computer was off. Or, you know what I mean? I was like, I feel like it's a big deal. Like, it doesn't matter. But I was like, there's no way that's that simple of an explanation. It was. That was it. I just, later on in the day, I looked again and it was fixed. But I was so confused.
Sounds like you had a moment.
Oh, yeah, I stood right there and was just like.
Or you're dreaming now.
And you just haven't woken up yet.
If this is what I'm dreaming about, man, like, I have had podcast dreams. I have had
It's happening.
It's always things going wrong.
Oh.
It's always being underprepared or equipment not working or we have a big guest and we embarrass them or something happens or I don't know, just the day. It's usually like I guess it's not really about the podcast, but it's like the day of everything going wrong. It's never really sitting here doing the thing. Mm-hmm. But I definitely have had multiple, like I don't remember them vividly, but I've definitely had multiple like I guess fever dreams or whatever, like fear dreams about the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, that's understandable. It's like something you do and something you take pride in. And so I feel that sometimes happens, like with work, everybody freaks out. And like in school, you freak out that you're not wearing pants and you wake up and you are wearing pants.
Yeah, I mean, I stress about this show a lot. I put a lot of work into it, and it's funny because it comes out like shit. So you would... No, I'm playing. But imagine how bad it would be if I didn't put any work into it. Like, it's like, you think it's bad now.
Nice.
Thank you.
One. Yes.
now make me feel better. That wasn't the button I wanted you to press at all. Thank you. Thank you for the applause. All right, somebody else talk.
3.
Duncan, you are getting picked.
I've had dreams that I've apparently remembered but did not realize they were dreams. So I've had arguments because I dreamt something.
Oh, I've had that too.
I feel like I know somebody.
So those are always fun. I feel like the only dreams that I can like pinpoint like remembering are ones where like I feel like I have like an assignment due for school. And I've been out of school for like a year and a half. And I just wake up and I'm just like, where am I? Who am I?
Did you turn the assignment in? Okay.
No.
Oh no, you failed.
Those are the ones where you lay in bed for a good 15 minutes to calm yourself down. And then
'Cause you wake up so
and you feel
anxious.
great. You're just like, fuck school. None of that matters. But at the beginning, you're just like, or whenever you have a dream that like somebody wrongs you and you're mad at them, and you wake up, you're just like, man, fuck Fabian. What a fucking prick. and then over time, I'm like, it was a dream. And I was like, nah, Fabian's fine. He's cool. We're good. Things are fine.
But it's always like
appreciate
15 minutes. Like you're just laying there and you're just like, that wasn't reality.
It's
I'm in
your
reality
processing
now.
time.
Yeah, because you wake up pissed. You
Yeah.
just wake up and just like, fuck, like,
Yeah.
and then you're just like, you have to like trick yourself into believing that like that was a dream.
I want a lucid dream. I've only the closest I've gotten is realizing I'm in a dream, but then I wake up. Mm-hmm. Like the only one that I can remember was I was on like a field trip, and this was when I was out of school, I think. But I was on a field trip at like a chocolate factory. Go figure.
What?
Yeah, but it wasn't like a Willy Wonka. It was like, this is where chocolate is actually manufactured. It was really boring. But and then we went out the back door, and it was on a beach. And then I was in my bathing suit. We were all just like, fuck yeah, I ran into the ocean. And then I got like a wave crashed on me, and I launched like 180 feet in the air.
That sounds so realistic.
And as I was flying, I was like, what the fuck? And then I went, this is a dream. And then I woke up. And I was like, man, come on. I could have like lived there for a bit.
Yeah.
Unless you would have died in the dream, then you would have died in real life.
Yep. I've seen Inception.
That's fine.
I mean, at least he would have gone to a chocolate factory and the beach at the same time.
Yes.
He could have died happy.
Why
you
do
guys-
dreams always do that though?
You guys ever had a lucid dream?
So lucid dreaming is just where you control your dreams, right?
Yeah, basically you're aware that you're dreaming.
So I'm not sure if I had that, but I remember like a couple years ago, I was just laying on the couch. I was taking a nap, and the lights were on, and someone was sitting next to me. And for some reason, I woke up, but I wasn't able to move.
You
It was
had
like
sleep paralysis.
Yeah, that. Yes, that is the weirdest sensation.
I think we spoke about this in the last podcast. I can't remember.
Like I
But
couldn't move
That sounds
or
like
talk.
one of the scariest like things to wake up and you can't move.
It was so weird because I could hear everybody else around me, but I'm like, let me say something. Lizzie, why aren't you saying something? Why can't you move?
I believe that's what it's supposed to be like if you're in a coma.
Yeah, I
Which is
can
really
definitely
scary.
see that.
'Cause you're like,
yeah.
if I'm actually in a coma right now, am I ever going to wake up? It's really scary.
But it's actually kind of interesting too, like to realize that your body immobilizes you for your safety. Because can you imagine if you could like get up in your dream, how much trouble you'd be in?
Well, sleepwalking.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
There's an actual condition where you have sex while you're asleep. It's an actual thing. I don't remember the name is.
Appreciate that, Duncan.
Just no. The more you know.
Duncan's fun fact. Do the thing.
Yeah.
Now that wasn't the sound that I wanted. I wanted the other one.
Womp womp.
Nope. See?
I like it. That's like
I feel like
a more you know
I feel like
type
that goes with the
sound.
yeah,
so
exactly.
I appreciate it.
The star with the rainbow shoots over. It's just like
Yeah.
freeze frame.
I also have a bad habit of sleep arguing. So I will be taking a nap on the couch and I'll say something and my sister will be like, are you asleep? And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? And so I will argue with her because she thinks I'm asleep and I'll try to say I'm not asleep and then I'll suddenly just go back to sleep. Like I'm half awake trying to argue and I get mad at her. And it's just the craziest thing.
I talk in my sleep.
Yep.
I know that. After sharing a room with Patrick for a while, Daenerys has a lot to say. I hope this is picking up. But after sharing a room with him for a while, he would take notes of what I said, and I said a lot of wild shit.
Oh, I think you mentioned some of these notes before.
Oh, yeah,
Then
they're
it's literally in
intense.
his phone, right?
Yeah, he has a notes page of because he would go to bed super late, and I would go to bed earlier than him, and so
Normal
he would
person time.
he would just be laying there, and I would be asleep, and then I would just start talking, and he would just pull his phone out and just type down what I said and at what time and what date, and he just has like a note sheet of it.
That sounds amazing. There's even an app, I think, that you can like set to record noises while you sleep.
Oh yeah, it would get a lot of farts.
Yeah, it would. Completely unhinged.
Oh my goodness.
I want to do it. I'm gonna.
Like, see if they're even louder or if they're like.
I just want to know the sounds of that, especially because since I had my throat infection a couple months ago, I've been told that I snore now, and I didn't snore much before. I would I would say I would snore like once a week, and it would be like a baby snore, like a normal person snore.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm like shouting while I sleep, basically as a snore.
Oh my!
From what I'm being told.
As we both look at Ethan.
Yeah, I mean, I've been told it's not as bad as him, but it's still like everybody always has been like, it's not as bad as Ethan's,
but
it's bad, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
So
That's
I would
terrifying.
like to
That
say
sucks.
something. Just sorry to interrupt you, Casey,
good,
but
go
I
ahead.
just feel like this needs to be said. If you snore, it needs to be put on your dating profile. Like that should be a
No.
Yes.
Here's why I disagree. I will tell you beforehand. Sure. Will I put it as no? I already can't get any matches to begin with. I'm not gonna put on there. Hey, here's a reason why you shouldn't. I know we're
But
not
it's
going to
being
sleep together for
honest.
however. Well, yeah, I mean, I could be honest about every single little thing that may be annoying about me, or I could just try to sell
No,
myself.
I think snoring is much more important than like I chew with my mouth open. It's just it's so hard to sleep next to someone who has such a loud snore.
how
No, I'd
long?
rather know if they chew with their mouth open.
How long?
Much rather know.
Immediate just now.
I can't even. I was gonna ask how long typically, whenever you like meet somebody like on Tinder, like as a relationship or whatever, would you sleep like next to them? That's not even like sexual. Just like would you like sleep next to them? But that's
What about like a nap date? I feel like that's more normal now. Like
Yeah,
during the
for
day
sure.
on the couch.
I don't know. I mean, I've never had any issues with relationships, and I've been in one or ish, more kind of two or whatever since my throat infection, and neither of them have said anything about that. So I don't know if it's an issue. I don't know.
I feel like unless it's substantial,
Exactly.
it's like it could just be a thing that you know,
like
just,
a bear.
just a characteristic that someone has.
God.
I'm just saying earplugs don't work all the time.
They
and
don't.
neither do the nose strips.
Yeah, I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna get the app. Hopefully, it doesn't cost money. If it does, it's probably like $1 or whatever. I'll deal with it, and I'll do it tonight.
Ooh, we need
Yeah.
findings.
I'm really excited for this no sleep story.
Oh, this is the next crew episode. I will bring them, and we can listen to them.
That would be fantastic. What if everybody did it?
I'm not excited for that no sleep story.
I bowed out of something in the last podcast. I'm bowing out of that for this one.
Well, everybody else, I will do the research on which app to get, and I will find out how to work it. I will get everybody to get it, and then just record like tonight's sleep, or at least one night.
That night's sleep. We'll all like sync it up on which night.
And then
I think there should be a rule that we can't listen to it before the.
Well, I feel like you have to
Maybe.
because
You got to know if there's something.
Okay.
the way that
Just
I've
yelling
seen it, because I've
dicks.
seen it on like TikTok or whatever. The way that I've seen that it works is it gives you like little sound bites for because it doesn't record the whole night. It just starts recording. Starts recording whenever a sound is made, or I think it is constantly recording, but it saves the clips of whenever a noise is made.
That makes sense.
So you would click through potentially a bunch of like you go.
Or like
Which
you
is
turn
like not
it over
interesting.
bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get like the fucking
Oh
yeah.
no, no.
All right, we got to redo it. The whole episode's ruined. Fix it. Thank
Put it
you.
in the center.
Oh God.
Ah, there's a mouse. Actually, that's a cursor.
Fucking what was I even saying? Like,
We're talking about
Listening
the app.
to
The app.
the
The app. The app.
Yeah.
yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want
Yep.
I want everybody to pull out the like
The good bits.
the good bits. Did you say something? Did you make a funny noise? Did you fart? Like all the good stuff. That's gonna be funny as fuck.
It is.
So I'm actually curious if anyone has like experienced like things when you're falling asleep. So like sometimes like every now and then when I'm trying to go to sleep, there is my brain picks up like all the sounds in the room and then it thinks that someone is standing over the bed.
Excuse me.
That's
Yeah.
creepy.
Don't-
So
Duncan?
every now and then it sounds like someone's flipping the pages in a book. There was one time in college.
Your room is haunted.
No, it follows me. So
I mean, that happens.
yeah, there was one time. I think only one time I've actually seen like black shadows like moving around the room. There was one time in college. There was like the dorms had like two. There are like bunk beds, but the bottom had like desks. So there was two per room. So I was just laying in there, and my roommate was gone, and my brain was looking at his like pillow, and was like, "This is an enemy. This is something that will attack me at any moment."
Oh my
My
God.
brain does weird things when I'm like trying to go to sleep. It's actually like calmed down a lot as I've grown older, but those are the wildest things. The book thing is actually like, if I had to pick one that was like my favorite, it was the book thing. Just because like it's just kind of cool. Like someone's just sitting in the room just reading a book. I'm like, hell yeah, get that knowledge.
So is it because you're so tired that you're like hallucinating?
So it's like this
I
thing
feel
where
like that's probably what it is.
Yeah, because that's happened to me.
the brain is like in between
Consciousness and
and
So
sleep.
is that lucid dreaming then?
No, because you're
No?
not
Okay.
technically dreaming. There's a term for it, and it's been a while, but I don't remember what it's called. But it's been fun. It's been real good. It's like 20 minutes of me just sitting there. It's like just convincing myself that no one is standing over my bed. Which I actually rearranged my room to where it's my bed and then my desk on the other side. So I have to crawl into my bed at like the foot, and there's no way to like get into my bed from either side. So honestly, that may have helped me because no one is standing over my, like I'm no longer thinking someone's standing over my bed. But yeah, it's wild.
Duncan, you might have ghosts.
Honestly, that'd be amazing. And I'd be like,
what?
Yeah, 'cause-
How?
I'd
Okay,
be
as
like-
long as
There's
they're
no
not
guarantee that they're
violent.
nice.
And so far, they're not violent. They're not moving crap
So
around
far.
my room.
So far, they could
Look.
change their mind. Just don't disrespect the ghosts.
Look, if they're violent, then I will pay them ghost money to hunt out my enemies.
That'd be such a cool concept for a movie.
Paying ghosts?
No,
Yeah,
like
if you're listening to this,
imagining-
that's my idea. I copyright that.
like imagine like having a haunting spirit, but like you somehow befriend it. Not like Casper, like befriend it, but then you just like team up to like fuck with people.
They go on adventures.
And then you can get his
Be
ghost
best
buddies,
friends.
and then they can be a ghost gang. Ghost.
Gang, gang.
That's actually kind of related because sometimes like my dreams, like I really remember my dreams, and I I feel like I don't have any interesting dreams. But there is a handful of times where I've had a dream so descriptive that like I can't help but remember it, and I'm like, I feel like I make a movie script out of like the 15 minutes that I remember from a specific dream, and it's like,
Same.
and it's crazy because the fact that it's just I can remember like literal seconds of things happening, so, and it just happens like maybe like once a year.
And it's so crazy because it's like you're watching a movie because it's so vivid.
Yeah, because it's right in front of you.
It's insane. Yeah, I've had that.
Literally
same.
experiencing it. It's
Yeah.
actually wild. Dreams are amazing.
Yeah.
The
I wish I
brain's
had them more
freaky as
often.
fuck.
I've actually read about it, and people were saying, or there was an article online, like since quarantine happened, people were having more nightmares, and it was really interesting because everybody had a lot of anxiety and stress, and it was carrying over into their dreams. And I was like, that just sounds terrible because sometimes I have nightmares that are so realistic, and I wake up and where you said you have like 15 minutes decompress, you're like, what just happened to me?
Oh yeah.
We can't have this right now. That was only a dream. It's not that bad.
It's like, not right now, all right? Go away, dream.
Yeah.
It's like you just ruined a good night. Like I was
Yeah.
sleeping well, and then I dreamed that, and now I'm waking up pissed. Not fun.
Yep. Like War of the Worlds, but in your head.
War of the Worlds.
The
Which-
Alien movie.
Yeah, with Tom Cruise, right? No, who
don't
was
know.
it? Dakota Fanning is in that movie.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Is it Tom Cruise? I think it is Tom Cruise.
I have no input. Hey, we have a producer for that.
Producer.
Producer, man.
I don't know why these two movies go together for me because like they don't at all. But War of the Worlds and The Day After Tomorrow.
So do they give you the same energy, like the same vibe?
I mean, they're both like end of the world movies, I guess, or whatever.
So
I
it's
don't know.
Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning.
Hey, nailed it!
Good
Did
job,
it.
Casey.
Wow, and I don't know
Pew, pew,
shit
pew,
about
pew.
anything with movies, so
When we start making the noises ourselves because God can't press the button.
yeah, right. Get on your shit.
Actually, wouldn't that be this cheering one? You got it right. Not
On that
one.
note, I would like to.
Wait, didn't you do that last time?
Well, I'm not going to pull the question.
As
I just-
Duncan.
I can pull the question.
Duncan, would you like to participate in this thing we like to call?
The Pail of Ponder.
I do have hands. It's not very often that I have hands, but I do have them.
Would you like to pick, or would you like to hold it and pick?
Hold it. Give me the pail.
That was very aggressive. For no
That was a
reason.
lot.
I apologize.
What we got?
Oh, I just did a Casey thing. Not on purpose. Oh, God.
What's a Casey thing?
Fucking,
Oh, did you?
Uh-oh.
I didn't even notice it.
you turned it out for everyone.
Yeah, I'm so used to hearing it.
Would you rather live adventurously or die young, sorry, or live long with a boring life? Who the fuck would answer? Who would want to live long and die boring? What the fuck?
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Who wrote this question? Was it you? Did you write this question?
I think it's more saying that like you always have adrenaline going and you die young, you get to do exciting things or live a long normal life. Maybe not boring.
It says boring.
It says boring. So imagine a 9 to 5 that you hate and just never leaving it,
so close.
and then just dying.
I mean, that's the reality of most lives, though. They
Well, do you
just
wanna
they
do
just
that?
think that it's fine.
do you want to do that?
No. The alternative would be living a short life, like dying at like 40 or something. But
like-
Well, actually,
Yeah,
short
short.
short is a relative term. Short could be like 18.
40.
True.
You're establishing 40. So 40 versus 80. Let's just split it in half.
yeah, 40 years of fucking,
Rad shit.
Red.
but that also lacks stability. Or 80 years of stability, but pretty dull.
I also feel that like the older you get, if you're not taking care of yourself, your health could decline. So it just wouldn't be fun to exist, it sounds like. Just because you have like back problems, like I'm only like 27 and my back already hurts. So I can only imagine if I'm like 60, how that's going to work out.
Yeah, I already feel like I have the back of
Of like a 50-year-old.
oh yeah, of a 50-year-old who's also injured. Like, so I'm like, you know what, 40 's already and I'm unhealthy. 40 sounds like that's already kind of where I'm headed. But
You got to make it more exciting.
yeah, What do you think I do all day? I work, but like I spend most of my time thinking about other shit and trying to like come up with new ideas to go do fun shit.
Well, you're on the way. It sounds like.
Trying.
I believe in you. You're a strong, independent white man. I don't need no woman.
I'm not going to comment on that. So is everybody
I think this is unanimous.
Yep.
short and fun?
Short and fun.
Yep.
Yes.
Same.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like that was too easy. Okay, I'll take one now.
Of ponder.
Appreciate it.
I came up with a lot of questions, and a lot of them
Wait.
are not going to be something that goes for 40 minutes.
I have a question, and it
Pick a
kinda-
question.
No, let's see how this goes. Let's see where this goes.
It is
Someone has another
a philosophical question.
Oh, let's go. We won't need another pail.
Do you die every time you sleep, and every time you wake up, you're a new person, but you just remember the same experiences?
What? One more time.
So when you go to sleep, you actually die, but when you wake up, it's because you have the same brain. You remember everything from the previous you, so you are now a new person.
Is this a hypothetical?
Yes. It's kind of a hypothetical, kind of just like philosophy.
It's
Yeah,
more
it-
philosophical.
Yeah, because you can't. There's no like this or that. It's just here's a thought.
Actually, let me rephrase the question. When we invent teleportation, right, and they tear you down in one location,
to like the most basic molecule.
yeah, to build you up somewhere else,
Are you
the same person?
There's that ship. Have you seen what is it called?
I think I know what you're talking
The
about.
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, the Scarlet Witch ship.
Yeah, and it.
What is?
Marvel.
I can't remember what the. But there's this ship. The
Producer.
philosophical. The whole question is, if you take apart a ship and you rebuild it with all of the same wood, I think the question is it still the same ship, even though it's not how it was originally built? It's Casey.
I think the reason why that doesn't pertain to this or doesn't work as an example is because, at least for me, I consider myself to be my like personality and sentient being or whatever, and my body is just like, yeah. See, WandaVision. There we go. Not at all what we were talking about, but yeah. But my body just kind of being like the physical manifestation. So if let's say I went to sleep and then I woke up in a whole nother body. For me, that's still me. That's from my experience. I'm still here. My brain, my mind.
So if you Freaky Friday'd it,
To everybody outside, no, that's Joe or whoever the fuck's body I took over. But for me, it's still my brain, or at least, whatever you want to refer to. Brain is like a physical. You get what I'm saying?
It's like your personality and like your inner gooey bits make you more than your body.
I don't even give a fuck about the inner gooey bits.
Yeah. So your personality is more important. It's what makes you you.
Yeah, because like you can cut off my arm, I'm still me. Cut off all my limbs, as long as I'm alive, I'm still me. Cut my head off, I'm not me no more.
So I have a follow-up
I'm
question.
dead.
you real dead.
So you would say if you were like teleported from one direction or one place to another, you're still you, right?
Yeah.
Now, what if
God, of course you had a follow up to that. It's gonna break my thought.
what if you're broken down? You're like in a room, right? And then you are teleported to the couch. But there's a 10-minute period where you still exist in the room. Which one is you?
Whichever version of me is sentient.
They're both sentient.
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna call foul play on
But
that.
if it was,
But what if it
Flag on the
was?
play.
There's two yous. They can both interact with the world equally.
Then they're both, I guess. All you do is momentarily clone me.
what is your
Yep.
answer, Duncan?
The you that is you is the one that you're experiencing at the time.
But they're both no. Because that was what I said, and you said no.
I didn't say no.
He never said no.
I've never said no.
He just came with
So
a
they're
follow-up
both
question.
sentient, but
Yep.
one of them is me, but not me.
Yeah. So there's two yous.
Then me is me. What?
But what if you have the same experiences?
I don't know, but like going based off of what you said, that doesn't matter. Because that's like a clone of me who would have all the same thoughts and would react the same way. Everything that makes me is over there, but my what I see, like everything that makes me awake and alive and everything is in this body, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could say that your soul is entirely based on time.
Why?
Because if you're cloned in two different directions, in two locations, your new experience can only exist because of time. So if you're cloned, basically, and time is still, then there are two of you. You have the exact same experiences. You would react the exact same way to the same stimuli. So your existence can only exist if you can experience, right?
Yes, whichever one is the one that there's no way to explain it other than the one whose eyes I'm seeing through.
You
Yes.
can't really see through multiple.
Yeah, I'm not going to see. It's
You're not gonna split screen like Xbox.
Exactly. I'm not going to split screen with the other body.
No, the question is, what if you could?
I wouldn't. Or I would send that one to go do the shit I don't want to do.
Or would you be like half? Like if there's two of you, would you just be half of you? Because if there's two that could experience,
I also just wouldn't. Why would I teleport to the fucking couch?
You are a test subject.
It is a thought experiment, and that's all it is. It's you could say
Teleport to China.
teleport to China.
Because I feel like it's almost the same thing as like imagine you could take your sentience in as like a chip, like Cortana going into the fucking helmet or whatever. You pull it out, put it in another body. That's that's me, the chip. The thing that makes me is the chip, I guess.
I feel like there is a law of conservation of matter issue.
Yeah, there's like a
Fuck matter.
physical thing where like the only reason we can exist is because our brains exist. So there's like this physical aspect of it where it's like if you put yourself on a chip, technically that chip is your soul, in theory.
Well,
You can move it from body to body.
I don't know because a soul isn't
a real
scientifically a real thing.
Says who?
thing. How do you measure a soul?
Science.
How do you measure a soul? How do you measure consciousness?
Consciousness. What is
And is
consciousness?
consciousness your soul?
Well, we don't know what consciousness is. Realistically.
You just said science, though, as if like they knew.
Yeah.
No, it's the fact that they don't know. A brain is a brain because you know it's a brain. Scientifically speaking, it's a brain, and you know that. But consciousness is something that's not understood. Therefore, you can't say a soul exists or doesn't exist. But scientifically speaking, it does not exist because there's nothing to support that.
Alrighty, guys, we got really deep on this episode. I think that was the first time we've done that. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Appreciate you guys being on for this
Davey wants to
episode.
go to sleep.
I mean, yes, but like also, wow, my brain hurts after all that.
Yeah, there was a lot of knees.
I'm ready to keep
eyes,
going. I
and
want to do
insisting.
another. I want to do another question already.
It's a product of Dunk. Appreciate
What?
it, Dunk.
Did that question come out of the?
No.
Okay, you already had that.
Yeah.
That was loaded.
Dunkin' is
Yeah.
always loaded.
True. I have
Like
two
some
more.
mashed potatoes.
Three more? Three more questions.
Did we
What?
Did we read the other Pale Ponder question?
No, he never.
We never
pulled
picked
one.
it because I knew whatever
didn't pick
Duncan was
it.
going to say was going to carry. So
Okay, got it. Understood.
yeah, no, we'll make Duncan write these down. We love having you on.
You can
I've
add
already written down three of them.
Sick.
I gotta remember that.
Hey, I
They need to be in here.
yes,
So much work. I gotta write it down, then I gotta print it out.
yeah, it's easy. We'll walk you through it. Awesome.
Anyways, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I love you.
You know, peace.
Bye.
Meet.
You sound like a fly that needs to die.
We're live.
Duncan. Gotta get it.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
That one had a little bit of moisture in it.